Okay, there's something that I would like to kind of bring to light. Um, it's not going to be an easy conversation, and it's not going to be a particularly short conversation. Um, every week, I see videos of moms, dads posting about the wonderful, hilarious moments they're having with their kids, about being exhausted, what it's like to be the parent of a boy or a girl, you know, the kids jumping on their face, or screaming, or laughing, walking for the first time, whatever it is, hiding in the pantry. You all know what I'm talking about. And I would like to preface that I'm not in any way hating on any of those parents. I'm not angry. I'm not going to shame them in this video. When my husband and I do watch those videos, we love them, we laugh, and it's wonderful. So nothing against any of those parents or the videos, anything. But when I watch those videos, when my husband and I watch those videos, sometimes I skip right over them. And sometimes when we do watch them, once they're finished, my immediate thought is, where are the videos of the parents that don't have this life? Where are the videos that show parents who don't have their children with them? And my immediate answer that I come to every single time is that they are in hiding. So I would just like to make this video because we don't have to hide. The thing is we shouldn't have to hide, and we need to talk about it. There needs to be videos of parents that express or show the life of being a bereaved parent, because they exist, and they exist more commonly than most people think. And the majority of us are blissfully ignorant to the fact that parents that are bereaved, parents that don't have their children, or all of their children, do exist everywhere around us. So I really want to share those stories. I want to see those videos, because like so many parents that get to hide in the pantry because they don't want to have to share their snack, or parents that stay in bed and their kids are cuddled up, or parents that show videos of their house being a wreck because their kids are crazy. There are so many of us that don't get to have that. I hide in the shower because the running water drowns out silence. My house is a disaster because sometimes I can't get out of bed because I wish there was a mess made by my children, not a mess that I don't have the strength to get out of bed to clean. And it's not that I'm angry at parents that show this, because it's wonderful to get to share those moments with people that are all over the world, and I think that it's wonderful, but I also think that it is wonderful to talk about children that are no longer here on earth with us. I think it's wonderful to hear the stories of parents who are grieving, who are in pain, who do celebrate the birthdays of their children that aren't here. I think it's wonderful to share those stories because it keeps those children alive, and it keeps us alive too. I think that we need to stop making this conversation so taboo. We need to stop thinking that, oh, I don't want to talk about their child because they're gonna cry. I don't want to make them upset. I just want to say, okay, I'm sorry for your loss, or how are you feeling, but hoping you really don't give me an answer. Just because people lose children, and I shouldn't even say lose, but people that have had a miscarriage, people who have lost a pregnancy of any form, people who have had stillbirths, or their children die suddenly during infancy, that shouldn't be something we're afraid to talk about, because yeah, we're gonna cry when you talk to us about it, when you bring it up, but that shouldn't deter you from talking about our children, because not only were they something that we now do not have here physically, but they're also our greatest gift, and we want to talk about them because they're still our children and they still exist. And the way that we keep our babies here with us and alive is by talking about them. And the only way that you can have so much sadness over something is if you had an immense amount of love and joy to come before it or to tag along with it. So yeah, when you talk about our children that we've lost, however we lost them, we are gonna cry, but cry with us. Be sad with us. Don't just say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, and change the subject. Don't say, I'm sorry I brought it up, and change the subject. So many people, when we say, yeah, I'm a mom, oh, how many kids do you have? Well, I have one in heaven and one here, or all my children are in heaven, or whatever it is that you believe, wherever you think they are or feel they are in your heart, people will immediately say, oh, I'm sorry, or oh, I'm sorry for your loss, and then change the subject. They don't ask, what was their name? What is their name? Or what happened? Are you doing okay? Do you have more children? Or do you trying? People don't want to ask anything. But the thing is we want to answer those questions, because when people don't talk about it, it stays in here. And then we completely break down and we cry and we're miserable. But the one thing that we want is to cry. We want to have people grieve with us. We want to have people talk about it with us. And one thing that I've realized is the world does not stop to grieve with us. The world does not stop because we're grieving our children every single day for the rest of our lives, while other people don't have to. But it would be nice if the world could just grieve with us. It doesn't have to stop. It should never have to stop, and it can't, it won't. That's an impossible and unrealistic expectation. But if people just asked or became aware and didn't think of this conversation as so awkward and uncomfortable, then so many more people would be happy. So many more people wouldn't hide. And I think that that is the best thing that we can do, and not just for people who've suffered a loss of a child, but for everything. But I wanted to make this video, and I wanted to bring this up because we need to stop not talking about it. People need to be aware. People should be okay with talking about, oh, I've had a miscarriage, oh, I had a stillbirth. Because it happens, it's real, and people should not be blissfully ignorant to those things. We need to be aware of what's going on in the world around us, so that we can learn, so that we can grow, and so that we can help each other. Again, don't hate. I'm not angry at people who make those videos and post the videos of the wonderful moments with their children. They do bring all of us joy. But there are times when people who share the grief that my husband and I share, we scroll through Facebook and we see a video and it makes us just instantly cry. And it's like, why is nobody posting something that relates to me? Because this is a real thing. And we need those. People need to be validated and see it's okay to cry. It's okay to be jealous of somebody who has a baby that's crawling around. It is okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry at the world or God or whatever. That is not wrong. And we are mothers, we are fathers, we are parents, whether it's of living children and children that have died, or whether it's just children that have died or just living children. We are all parents together, just in different ways, but we are still parents. We need to share these stories. We need to talk about it. And it's not taboo, and we need to make people talk about it, because once it becomes a conversation that's not uncomfortable, the topic, we open so much more room for conversation. We open so much more room for love and joy. And I think that's really our main goal, what should be our main goal as a people, as parents especially, in the community of parents, which the majority of us are. We have to do that for each other. And I want to hear stories. I want to know more stories about people who are grieving, not because it makes me happy that you've lost your children, but because it validates my emotions and it makes me feel like I'm not alone, and it makes other people feel like they're not alone. And we need to realize that we're not, and we're never going to be alone. This is something that happens on a regular basis, and it's sad and it's hurtful and it makes people cry and depressed, but that's okay to feel that. That is a valid emotion. And like I said, it only comes if you felt something wonderful. It's a beautiful sadness. And I think that that's wonderful and that is okay, and we all need to know that it's okay. If you've suffered this, if you've went through a stillbirth or a pregnancy loss of any kind, a miscarriage, a infant loss, please, please share your story. Repost this. Make a video, make a blog, type a post and share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I don't care. Take pictures, whatever pictures you may have of your child, even if it's just the picture of the 2 lines on that pregnancy stick. Just take those pictures, share your story, repost this, and hashtag pink and blue. Come together and let's see all the parents that are still parents, whether their children are here or gone. Please don't stay quiet. Please talk. Make this a normal, a comfortable conversation, because it should be. And we need to come together and we need to be able to share all sides of parenthood, because it's not all fun and games, and it's not all easy, and it's not all positive. The harsh reality is some of us don't get to have our children or all of them here with us. And sometimes we just need to share that. So please, don't be quiet. Repost, share your story. We all want to hear it, whether we say it or not. We do.